And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Michaela Loves Gymnastics. How are you guys doing? We're experimenting today, you guys. I'm trying to record this video from my laptop. This is a first. I always record my videos from my phone. How are you guys doing today? On today's episode, I think it's very important and very critical that we examine the whole Maggie Haney issue. Now, who is Maggie Haney? Some of you may not know. Maggie Haney is the former Olympic coach of Lori Hernandez, and she also coached Riley McCusker up until the end of the 2009 season. Riley left Maggie's gym at the beginning of the 2020 season. Maggie Haney has been accused by both Lori and both Riley of all kind of horrendous, horrible, awful things, especially her coaching practices and especially her theories of gymnastics or her theories of getting the best out of her gymnasts, right? So, over the last few months or so, Maggie Haney has finally spoken out to tell her side of the story. And she is basically saying, why her? She's not denying any of the things happened, but where Maggie is coming from, and I'm not defending it, I'm just speaking on it, is why only her? Why haven't other coaches been indicted or been banned from the sport for doing the exact same things and the exact same practices, right? So on this episode of Michaela Loves Gymnastics, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into this conversation. Um, A, Maggie has a point. Even though she's a horrible, horrible person, she has a very, very, very valid point, which is why her? Why not Al Fong? Why not Mary Lee Tracy? Why not Kelly Hill? Why not Kim Zemesco? Why not all of these other coaches who have been accused of similar, if not worse things? Why is it only Maggie? Is Maggie being used as the scapegoat for USA Gymnastics to say, hey, look, we got our bad coaches out. Come trust us again. Yeah, even though we did have a whole pedophile doing the things to the girls, it don't matter. See, we're doing, see, look at us, we're USA Gymnastics, we're kicking the people out, this, that, and the third. And that's the point I wanted to examine. In no way, shape, or form by this whole conversation am I defending, am I standing up for, am I making excuses for any of the things that Maggie has done. But what I will say is, it's kind of strange how USA Gymnastics go after the male coaches. The only male coach they kind of went after is John Getter. But if we really look at it, John Getter and Maggie Haney are both in the same predicament. Let's run it. Maggie Haney and both John Getter have only produced one Olympian for the USA Gymnastics, right? Whereas other more famous coach Al Fong, the Mary Lee Tracy, Kelly Hill, the Zemescos, and we're gonna go with the Zemescos. It's not about her coaching; it's about her legacy in the sport. Is why I don't think USA Gymnastics is really gonna go after Kim the way they should. Maggie and both John are known for producing great collegiate athletes, right? Great level 10 junior Olympians that's going to college. And that has been both of their main products is producing girls who are going to college, right? So because Maggie nor John have that legacy of coaching great Olympians, it's almost easier for USA Gymnastics to go after them because they don't have that same fight. Whereas, let me put it like this: if for them to take down Mary Lee Tracy, right, they would have to tarnish the reputation of a lot of Olympians. They would have to go back through history and be like, well, what happened to Amanda? What happened to JC? What happened to Morgan? What happened to Alyssa Beckerman? What happened to this girl and that girl that Mary Lee Tracy has been producing over the cycle? So, in one point of view, I kind of agree with Maggie on that one point. One point I agree with her on is that she is being used as a scapegoat because she is an easier target than it would be to target the Crowleys, for example. My thing is, why haven't USA Gymnastics ever truly went after the Crowleys? The Crowleys set, I'm not going to say they're the head of the monsters, but they definitely set the motion in place for the abusive coaching practices to proceed. So it's not fair for Maggie, and I'm not defending her once again, never defending defensive conversations. This is just conversations, period. Is from her point of view, it's not fair because she, from her point of view, have only been doing things as a coach that she's seen other coaches do get away with. And not only do and get away with, but are monetized, are um, propped up, put on a pedestal for doing these exact same coaching practices. But why aren't they um, being investigated? And she is. Or if they are being investigated, why isn't it so public the way hers is public? And I totally, completely get that. And that is the one point that I will agree with her on. Everything else is some BS. Everything else, like Maggie Haney should never be allowed to coach in USA Gymnastics. But if we ban Maggie Haney, are we going to ban 90% of the coaches in USA Gymnastics? And is that a good thing or a bad thing? And if that's what is needed from the culture to get rid of some of these coaches in order to grow the sport in future generations better. I also would like to say this when it comes to Maggie Haney. She's not the only one. And I hope that this is just the first shoe to drop. I hope this isn't the last shoe to drop. Or I hope this isn't USA Gymnastics trying to say, see, look, we got Maggie. Let's go on. And Olympics 2024 Paris. Like, come on. Like, are they really going to go after the coaches or not? And in order to go after the coaches, are you going to go after the money or not? And are you guys willing to give up some gold medals in order to have the sport adjusted in the manner that it should be or not? So those are my opinions. I would love to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions. Please go down in the comment section and leave your opinion. You can follow me on Twitter at Gymnastics Loves. You can follow me on Instagram at Michaela Loves Gymnastics. And let's have this conversation because a part of me hates Maggie Haney, but a part of me hates that they're using her as a scapegoat. And that's just my honest opinion. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Michaela Loves Gymnastics.